Was ours opposite the Armenian cemetery?
Yes, there was an Armenian cemetery on that side and an Azerbaijani cemetery on this side, which is now in such a state. We buried our brother just below this place, and the late headmaster of the Nizami Ganjavi school is also buried here. The remains of about 100 people are buried here. Now there is nothing left, not even stones.
And what was it like in your time?
Back then, stones like these served as tombstones. They are marble. All tombstones are marble. We take care of Armenian graves, and that's despite the fact that they want to sweep our graves out of here together with us. But they won't succeed.
This is the cemetery of Azerbaijanis in Khankendi. If, of course, this place can now be called a cemetery. Look what the Armenians have turned it into, a dump. This is the Azerbaijani cemetery. And over there is the Armenian cemetery of Khankendi. The Azerbaijanis didn't do any harm to the Armenian cemetery. They didn't touch a single stone, but Armenians destroyed everything here, as if they wanted not even a trace of Azerbaijanis to remain. We learned that there was a cemetery here from people who grew up and lived here.
Buranın qəbirstanlıq olduğunu isə burada yaşayan, burada doğulub, burada boya başa çatan Khankendi sakinləri.
Is it definitely an Azerbaijani cemetery?
Yes, this is definitely an Azerbaijani cemetery. Our brother, who was 16 years old, was buried here. There was a fence down there, in front of which we buried him. As a child, I always thought about how after our lands were returned, I would come here and find my brother's grave. But instead we found a dumping ground. Let them rest in peace. We didn't touch the Armenian cemetery. We didn't destroy their graves. We didn't even touch the flowers on their graves. But they wanted to wipe our cemetery off the face of the earth.
How can one be sure that this is an Azerbaijani cemetery?
At least by its gates and fence. I used to come here a lot. In 1977, my brother died and was buried here. I always came to his grave. The graves of the director of Nizami Ganjavi school, Isama Alam, and his family were also here. We used to come here on holidays, put flowers on the graves. We used to come here on holidays and visit the graves.
Gəlirdik bayramları üstünə gül gətirirdik. Çərşənbələrdə, yaşında, ad günündə gəlirdik, ziyarət eləyirdik.
The Armenians destroyed the cemetery with a bulldozer and poured the remains of the stones into a pit to hide the traces that Azerbaijanis were buried here. They wanted to destroy the traces of our existence here by any means, but they did not know that we would come and see everything they had destroyed. We found graves, tombstones. We didn't do anything like that to what belonged to them. There's an Armenian church in Baku. We did not touch anything, but they wanted to erase traces of our presence here to prove that Karabakh belongs to them. But Karabakh is not their land. Karabakh is Azerbaijan. Karabakh is our land.